Yo, what is up, everybody? Um, for this week's primary upload, I thought, what better way to start the week than to look into this new Marvel Rivals season with a bit of ranked, and of course, the new changes to our heroes. Specifically for today, we'll be focusing on Moon Knight, as I am in love with what they've done for him. So, for those who don't know, they essentially just made his attacks faster and a bit more consistent on how they hit, along with a few other changes. Um, it was Ultimate, which it kind of feels still a little underpowered. You'll see me pick up a few kills here and there with it. Nothing too amazing. Basically, it has an increased radius. However, the further out you are from the center of that radius, the less damage it does. I think it's like a 70% debuff on like the outermost edge, but it does, I think, slightly more towards the center, but it's not really noticeable and definitely nowhere near as much as it was at the start of season 1.5 or season 1, when it had that bug when you could even hear the sound and you were already dead. I will say, start of the season, it's looking to be very um, projection shield oriented. So Moon Knight will have more issues there, as with projected shields can make it very hard to gauge exactly where to put the yonks, as you'll see from time to time. As the Emma Frost and the Invisible Wounds, they threw out those shields, and then you can't really put the onk down because there's now a shield blocking that angle for you, which can be like a really good counter for Moon Knight if you just project that shield in front of him, kind of shut him down, force him to rotate out the way, as you'll see a few times here. Uh, you'll still see your Lokis, which are very good into Moon Knight. Well, very bad into Moon Knight, but very good for Moon Knight, as it's just kind of a free ult charge just sitting there for you. It's just more bounces between each clones, as you guys already know. I haven't seen too much of the Gamma Charge for Namor. I'm sure you'll probably see that in higher tiers later on in the season a whole lot, though, as those are infamous for being pains in my butt whenever I'm trying to learn how to play Spider-Man or any sort of dive, um, which is very interesting, as I'll play something like Moon Knight or someone that's like a backline character, and it's like my next character I'll play is just be like Black Panther, Spider-Man. Um, can't play Wolverine for the life of me. I do flank Star Lord. Um, all that, all sorts of stuff. But something I haven't seen is, at least in a while, a good Venom. Like you'll see like the people that dabble. I haven't even seen the throw it back emote for Venom since its release, which is very interesting because I see all these clips on YouTube. Just like, how come I haven't seen that I want to? Let me preface, I don't want to see, I don't want to have my game stalled by the Venom Club just pulling up on site. But I'm just like, it's fascinating how you can like see this in one area here. This is not going to be the first time that Doctor Strange focuses me, as you see. This will be the only time that I live. um, I'll be the first and only time that I'll live his teleport onto me. Got very lucky there that both of my heroes were looking at me. Um, but if you guys just heard there, my audio is a bit off. This is not a problem I can fix, as it's an Xbox network problem, because I do play on console, and it just fricks up the audio so terribly. Like, it'll play it disjointed with the clip, so it'll play it like 15 seconds before your clip actually happens. It'll start recording the audio, while the actual visual audio doesn't start until like when you hit the recording button. So it's not like you can just like calculate when. It's literally just the actual clip itself is just wrong. But here's the end of the first game. As you can see, I'm ace, whole lot of damage, especially compared to my other teammates. Not saying that they're not doing their job, but it's just a very good map for Moon Knight as well, I have to say, as all these weird corridors kind of push people together, which is really the environment where you would see a Moon Knight shine here. And here you see just how great that buff can come in handy with the faster uh, throw speed, as old Moon Knight, who threw like one set of onks every 15 seconds, would not be able to survive any sort of magic rush. However, now if you have like your onk as well as like a full charge, there's that projection shield come into play, stopping my things at the worst time for the Scarlet Witch, cause me to die. And here is my favorite spot for this map, as you get a perfect visual onto sight, as well as enough room to bounce around any sort of aggressive character while also having the teleporter to get you out, which leads you right on top of a health pack for the clear reset, which allows you to jump right back in. And the sight is within his ult projection range, as you'll see here in a sec. When I try to throw it out there as my team comes in, but we lose too many people too fast and expend a lot of ultimates, so I will hold on to mine. So I kind of just right there, we use a lot of ults, and then we don't really do anything too much with it per se. We get the objective, but then it's like everyone else is gone, so my ult would have been useless. And then, as you'll see see here also in a minute, one of the dangers of being so far from your team is on a map like this, where the only person that could really help me would be the Johnny Storm. I don't know why I keep calling Johnny Blaze. I feel like that's another character from some other cartoonish thing. Um, yeah. So you'll see here, very open, so I would not recommend Scarlet Witch, as you just saw, as you can really just get focused from a lot of angles, and you're not really guaranteed to get anyone, because there's also a lot of angles which they can just hide behind. And you would just get picked off extremely easily. Here comes a second Scarlet Witch. For those who don't know, the first one was just a Loki. And there's the precursor to my soon demise, as we see just how fed up the other team got with me playing Moon Knight. They specifically come over here just to kill me. There's 3 people here, by the way. You'll see him when he turns around. But yeah. I do come back. We do bounce back from that. However, this match is all but lost, as I'm the only one actually close enough to do anything, but I'm playing into a Loki, a Squirrel Girl, and Invisible Woman, who each have their ults, which means I am powerless against anything here. I can only delay the inevitable. We do actually end up getting the touch, but as you'll see, it does not matter. Not so much on any of my teammates, just a lot of disorganization in our push and hold, which is something you have to do. You do have to keep in mind as Moon Knight, where that sightline might be good, you might be doing damage. However, your presence not actually on the battlefield does make a large difference, as the enemy team will be able to see, especially in more experienced lobbies. There's only 5 people here. We can just ape them, and that one guy won't be there for the reset, so we'll have sight, and we can heal this back extremely fast, and then now we have sight, and they're out of step. So I would say that's one of like the biggest warnings I have for Moon Knight, especially coming into this 3rd round, where they really start going after me with these dive characters, after becoming extremely fed up with the damage farm that is Moon Knight. But from here on, I'll leave you guys with the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy, have an awesome day, whatever's happened. I hope you guys do enjoy yourselves. And tell me about your day. Like you guys are in the comment section after like, subscribe, and to share, so I can keep me doing what I do. Have a good one, folks.